What am I thinking? I know. I find when I try and, binge watch a show, I find it wears on me quite heavily. And when I was watching an episode a week, it wasn't quite so bad. I think some shows are kind of designed with that week gap in mind. Otherwise, you know, some, I know, some of the stuff become just kind of wears on. There's like a recurring thing in Burnouts of, you know, actually, I want to say it happens a few times, but now I'm like, how many times does it happen? It's all kind of blurred together, like, oh, weirdly in my recollection. But basically, the thing of it is Michael Weston. He's a spy, but he gets burned, as in, um, the agency. He's no longer employed by the agency that he was working for. They've dropped him. They won't return his phone calls. They'll have nothing to do with him anymore. And they just makes it back to a plane, and they just leave him off in Miami, and he's stuck there. If he goes anywhere, the American feds will be all after, will be all over. Um, and the big goal that he's been after for it all is to get back in to it. It's been his life, and he wants to keep going, doing what he was doing. Pardon me, spoilers here. It ends up feeling like I'm back in, now I'm out again. I'm back in, I'm out again. I'm back in. It feels kind of like that. Like, I get they need the drama and tension, but probably feels they could have gotten that in a better way than the way they did it. But like I was saying, it's all kind of blurred weirdly in my mind, so I feel like I can justifiably critique it. Plus, for the last like 2 seasons, I was like editing and listening to it. I was doing two things at once, and I can't quite remember what was happening. So I wasn't fully watching a fair few of those episodes there. I did sit down and actually watch a fair few of those in the last like 2-3 seasons, but others I missed and kind of just half watched. So like I said, I can't really critique it, and like I said, my recollection of the whole thing is kind of blurring together. So on that note, similarly, I can't really critique it. So, but yeah, I did. Even if I was wrong there, I did feel like it was kind of like wearing on that side of it. Like the show was still fun, but it just, I don't know, that bit just felt a little dragged out. I don't know. But again, it could be less the show and more me. Like, I'm not much for binge watching series. But then I'm kind of in an awkward position of I want to watch more, but I need to, moderate myself. And the issue there is if I stop watching a series, I might get distracted by a different series, and if not get back to that, lose interest in it. That's happened with me in games before. Like, I haven't recorded more time in ages because I just don't have interest in it. I'm tied up playing other things. I just remember the frustration and difficulty of more time and not the fun. So I just, like, I'm not into it. I will get back to more time at some stage, but, So yeah, Burn Notice, it is a fun show. I did feel like one bit kind of wore on me a bit, but I know, it could be more me than the show, I don't want to be too critical of the show in case it's just me being a dick. So, yeah. Okay, if I continue around down this way roughly, I'll run into another question mark on my way to the other question mark. Ow. Did he just throw poop at me? I think he just threw poop at me. That's a killing. Nice. Like, forget a paddling. That's just a fucking killing. Crown's rag scrap with writing on it. Warns to sons. Notes written in blood on a scrap of fabric. On this scrap rent from my own garment, using my own blood and a fragment of bone from some unknown creature. I write a summary of my sad tale, for it shall surely perish forthwith. Perhaps one day a bard shall happen upon it, and compose from it a ballad to squeeze tears from the most pitiless miser. Some time ago I spied a monster roaming in proximity to my estate. Upon further investigation, I learned it was a she-troll, descended from the Gorgon foothills. I thus scrapped a few crowns together and went to the Camerlago. The request he hired a knight errant to slay the monstrosity. As I was making this journey, said she-troll sprang out of the bushes, knelt down by my horse, and professed something in garbled speech of trolls. Oh, that's beautiful. Garbage speech of trolls that I took to mean she chose me as her beau. Since it was most ill-bred to be rude to a lady, even a monstrous one, I declined her politely. I was ready to be on my way when she tossed a sack over me, took me under her arm, and carried me here to this clearing. Took me in a cage and stared at me for hours, sending creeping shivers down my spine. So now I slowly starved to death. For a while she gives me clear water to drink. My only food is the soup the she-troll spends all day brewing, a foul concoction reeking of carrion and onion. I'd rather perish than put that slurry to my lips. Okay, the reason I'm laughing is, talking about a bard. Okay, look up the song, just look up the phrase on Google. Miracle sound, plowing a troll. Or plowing the troll, plowing a troll. I'm not sure. Plowing troll, you'll get it. Basically, this is a reference to that. Miracle Sound wrote that back for Witcher 2. Talks about Flotsam. This is a nod to him and his song. This has happened previously. Apparently in Mass Effect 3, one of the characters tells Shepard to fight like a Krogan and all will be fine or something. And that was a reference to one of Miracle Sound songs. But yes, this is a reference to Miracle Sound's music. One of the Witcher songs he's made. So, yeah. It's a bit different to the song. In this case, the guy is just, he just politely declines and goes to leave, and she kidnaps him and all this. In the song, the guy takes severe interest in the troll, and they apparently outright have sex. Though he does tire of her cold onion soup. So there's enough references there for it to be a clear reference to the Witcher song, to Miracle Sound song, but there are its own differences and whatnot. Oh, only Witcher gear. I've moved on from, like I was saying, I finished Burn Notice. Need to see the movie now, but it's a prequel movie set on Sam Axe. There might also be novels, I'm not sure. But I'm now watching Harrow. Harrow's actually, let me just tell you this is funny. Okay. You know the guy from the Fantastic Four movies? There is the Silver Surfer sequel. He plays Mr. Fantastic. Let me look up his name. Ioan Grufford. How the hell do you pronounce this? It's a Welsh name. To no one's surprise. You know, it's no surprising it's unpronounceable. But it's fine, I can say that. I think my four greats ancestor was Welsh. Came over from Wales, married whatever relative I had over here, became a Catholic. Was Protestant previously. At least that's the tale my nan tells. Who knows on degree of accuracy? For ages, she was insistent that my surname was French, which is odd given how much he dislikes foreigners. It's actually an Irish surname. I think I've said it before, but I feel awkward saying it again. Maybe another time. But anyway, he was in a show called Forever. It was apparently 2014 to 2015. Oh yeah, I'll say his name again. Ioan. That's first name. Gruffud. So anyway, Christ, I keep feeling like I'm eating flies every time I take a breath in. So anyway, Forever. He's a mortician in New York. He's immortal. Every time he dies, he resurrects in the water, and there's like romantic chemistry going on between him and the main cop lady. Now in Harrow, he's a mortician. He's not immortal, but he lives in a houseboat, and I think I said he's still a mortician, and he's also falling for a cop lady. There's also plenty of other differences, but there's that like little, overlap that's just kind of funny. Like Forever gets cancelled and he's sad, and then he goes stars in Harrow, and it bears overlap of certain characteristics with Forever. There's obviously none of the immortality thing and whatnot, and Harrow is much more ethically dubious than Henry was, though in both cases he plays a mortician that does more investigative work in the field than a mortician would do. But I suppose that's true for a TV show, drama, and all that. Like, the hacking is rarely portrayed accurately, just someone just sitting in a little cave somewhere, just typing away the keyboard, accurately, Oh, apparently he played Lancelot in King Arthur in 2004. But yeah, I like this guy. In the things I've seen, even that Fantastic Four movies, I liked that as a kid. I was so sick at the time. Maybe it was gastroenteritis. I got that a few times. Nasty thing. Out the top, out the end. Vomiting, diarrhea. Yeah, it's not fun. Not fun at all. I remember actually confusing a nurse once, apparently. Remember mom telling me this. Like, I had all the symptoms of a bug that had been going around, presumably. A vomiting bug. Except for the vomiting. I was just being all awkward about it. But yeah, I remember I was sick. I was lying on the sofa at my nan's. I was living there at the time. And watching Fantastic Four on the TV. I remember, the bridge scene in the first movie. So, yeah. I remember I was waiting 3 hours for my grandaunt's to get a bottle of 7-Up. Apparently that helps, started 7-Up, helps settle the stomach. Yeah. The only reason I bring that up is we thought she was like leaving then, the way she'd phrased it, but took her 3 hours before she actually left. It's odd, the little things that stick with you. But yeah, I just remember watching that when I was sick as a kid. I was sick so much as a kid, actually thinking about it. There's reasons to it, reasons that would be awkward to get into. But, yeah, I was sick a lot as a kid. Apparently, his first name is basically the Welsh equivalent of John. And Grufford is apparently anglicised to Griffith. And his spouse is Alice Evans. Evans. Huh. According to my nan, I'm actually related. We're actually related to the Evanses somewhere along the line. Not saying her, but yeah. Again, it's according to my nan. For years, she's insisting that snails are called shalky bookies. And for ages, I couldn't actually remember the word snail. I could only remember shalky bookie, and it was more than a little frustrating. By the power of spinning. Oh Christ, these are rather durable. Okay, let's reinforce my gear. That food looks questionable. You know you're badass when you just have to put your...
I owe you my life, unknown knight. How are you dubbed?
Dubbed Geralt. Geralt of Rivia.
My thanks, Sir Geralt. The scallywags thought to demolish our herb garden, you see. I thought, I shall take a hum, scare the rabble off, but to my great chagrin, there were too many and I failed. There's no use crying over spilt wine. Come with me to Vermentino. I'll patch up your armor or pound the anvil to fulfill some other need you might have.
Go ahead. I'll stop by when I'm in the area.
Okay, rescued an armorer. I also rescued loot from these idiots. Ratatouille. Alright. I guess I can take fist attack. Not sure if that ever, blows back in your face. Wait, does food actually weigh out? Seemingly no. Thank God. Praise the heavens. Ah, this actually does. I probably should go sell all that stuff. Oh yeah, I never finished about Harrow. Basically, Harrow is, like I was saying, he's mortician. Helps a fair bit with, I think mortician's the right term. He works in the morgue anyway. He helps with cases. Does more investigating than you'd expect out of a mortician. Certainly gets slapped around the place more than you'd expect of a mortician. It's an abandoned site. Sorry, let me just enjoy the ambience for a second. Alright. Harrow, yeah, he's a mortician. It's, crime drama. He helps with,
Shall we dance? Let's charge! Take
who are
it for
you?
a ride!
Who was even trying to attack there? Christ, there's a lot here. I hate you guys. But yeah, he's works in the morgue, does a fair bit of investigating. It's beautiful. But yeah, he helps with investigations. But at the same time, he's a big part of the story is him trying to stymie the Wall's attempts at investigating his own crime. Basically, I think it's like the first episode leads off with this as like a cold opening. But basically, as far as I remember, it opens up with basically with him dumping a body in the ocean, or well, no, the ow. I'm not sure if it's technically ocean or what, what the body of water was. Maybe it was just a gigantic river. Great tush. What?
I like that silver.
Tush means ass, so I doubt Grolt's ass is grey. Weird people. And this is why we stay away from fancy France people. Kids. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, did I run into this glitch again where there's one enemy around here somewhere? Actually, maybe it's not the glitch. Maybe it's just I didn't. Maybe it's like over there or down further this way. Yeah, it was just further down this way. But anyway, yeah, a big part of it is basically he's killed a guy and covered him in concrete, dumped him in the water by the city. It's pretty deep, right? And whatnot. But people still. Okay, the map just glitched the hell out. People still found it nonetheless. So it's a big part of the drama surrounding that. So, also trouble with his. I can't keep my thoughts straight for a moment. But yeah, he's a mortician, and there's typically shows there's an A plot and a B plot. I think I'm not sure typically which gets more time. I want to say the thing that gets. I'm not sure which gets. It's hard to say on average which gets more time dedicated to it. It could be a pretty even split. But one part will be the crime he's committed and the drama surrounding that. Like people investigating, him maybe trying to stifle their efforts, while, trying to still, not revealing himself. And the B plot is. Oh, the other plot is, the case of the week, Like in the episode I just saw earlier, there was a car crash. Mother in her 60s, son in his 30s, died in a car crash. Strange thing was, though, when they did a CT scan on the son, they found a bullet lodged in his head. And judging by the age of the scar tissue, it had been in there for decades. So, yeah. Then there's also sometimes, well, I think in most of the like I've seen like 6 episodes thus far, and I think in most of the episodes she's here, he also has there's drama surrounding his daughter. The trouble at home, so she is basically homeless, wandering around. She, like, either of them will be happy to have her live with them, but she just turns up and disappears like a horror movie villain. Like the mom's like watching something on TV, and just suddenly the daughter's behind her. The mom, stands up, goes to turn off the TV, turns around, daughter's gone. Like you kind of expect to hear at any stage when she appears, But yeah, it's a good show. It's also set in Australia, unlike as another difference from Forever, which is set in New York.
I caught my man stabbing after a batmate the other day. If the witch can turn that milky skin to bark, that'll put an end to his old clink.
I do wonder, is that witch the same one for the outskirts? Because that would be, I don't know, it would be cool to see her again. Did I get any reward for freeing this place? Again, freeing other sites, I get stuff.
I lent you coins.
What son of Mark, alias Halfbreed?